So let's try this example. A equals calculate. To adjust the video. Okay, much better. Calculate the determinant of A. Okay. Try it. Did you get it? I think it's very straightforward, right? Now let's take a look. For A, determinant of A gonna be what? We're gonna do the cross product, right? So 3, 8, 4, cross product gonna be 3 times 4 minus 6 times 8. And this guy gonna give you 12, subtract 48 equals negative 24. So the determinant of this matrix gonna be a negative 24. That's it, okay? Now, today we're gonna learn two important terminology. That is minor and the cofactors. Of a square matrix. Okay, of a square matrix. Now let's take a look. If A is a square matrix, okay, then the minor Mij of the entry Aij is the determinant of the matrix obtained by deleting the ith row and the ijth column. Okay. Deleting by deleting the ith row and the jth column of A. So cofactor Cij of the entry Aij is what? Is this guy. Okay. Now let's take a look. The minor is what? Mij. And by deleting the i's row and the j's column, okay, j column, and the cofactor can be written down as this guy. Okay, can be written down as this guy. Now let's take a look the a problem. So for example, if I give you this matrix, okay, now what I'm gonna do, how to find the minor, find the minors of A21 and A22. Okay, so what I'm gonna do based on definition. So the first thing I need to find the A21. A21 is here. Okay, and what I'm gonna do by deleting the i's row and the j's column. I's row gonna be the second row and the first column. Okay, the second row, the first column, and then you're gonna get the minus. Would be A12, A13, A32, A33. Okay, that's it. Okay, that's it. Now, the same things. How to find the M22. So find the A22 is here. Right? We're gonna delete the second row, the second column. The left gonna be the minus. Gonna be A11, A13, A31, A33. Okay. Now I want you find, find the minus of A22 or A23. Okay, A23. Try this one. I'll give you guys 1 minute. Try it by yourself. Okay, I'm gonna write down the answer for you guys. So for the 8 to 3, the first thing you guys need to find, the 8 to 3 is here, right? So delete the second column and the last row, right? The last column. The second column, last column gonna be what? And the left gonna be A11, A12, A31, A32. So that's the minor. Okay. Now, oh, the minor is here. Sorry, the minor should be a determinant. Okay, should be a determinant. It's not the matrix. It's a determinant. So how to calculate the determinant? You can use cross product. You can use a cross product to calculate the determinant. So for this case, it's gonna be okay. That's it. That's it. So now the thing is, we not just about the minus. We want the cofactors. The cofactor is defined by what? It's by this guy. -1 times a plus j mij. Okay, so let's take a look. Still, we're gonna put a as this. A is an example. Put A is this guy. A33, okay? So how to calculate C21? In the basic definition, we know C21 can be written down as what? We can write down like that. C21 is can be written down as -1, I is 2, J is 1, right? M to 1. Right, based on definition, -1 to the power I plus j, so 2 plus 1, m to 1. And for the m to 1 is the minus, right? It's a minus. So -1, 3 is a minus of yeah. And basically you're gonna let -1 represent the sign, right? Represent the sign. So represent the sign times a minor, right? A minor. So -1 times the cross product. Cross product, okay? And that's an easy way to calculate the sign. Here we use the definition. We use the definition to calculate the sign. Okay, we calculate the sign. -1 to the power 3. Now we have an easy way to calculate the sign. We always start with the positive sign. For example, here is positive. We always start with positive sign. Positive, negative, positive, negative. If this guy is a positive, for the column gonna be negative, positive. And for this guy is negative, positive, negative. And for this guy is positive, negative, positive. So all the values has alternating sign. If we start with positive, okay, then positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive. Okay, we write down all the sign on the top of the entries. Okay, we start with positive. Okay, so for the C21, what's the sign? That is negative. We assign the negative, right? So we just put a negative times M21. Okay, that's the way we don't need to memorize such a things. Oh, we just put a negative here times M21. That's the way for us to avoid to memorize such as say negative 1 to the power a plus j. Okay, negative 1 I plus j. So for this method, you don't need to memorize I plus j. You need to calculate this negative 1 to the power I plus j. We just need to write down the negative, okay? Because here give you the negative. And the same things, you're going to calculate this minor, right? And this guy going to give you the same things. Okay, so I prefer the second way to calculate the cofactor C21 because the second one doesn't require you to calculate this little coefficient or the sign. Okay, the sign. So for example, I continue. How to calculate C22? Right, C22. The same things. For the C22, we just get the sign is positive, right? That is positive, so it should be a 1. 1 times M22. Okay, it's a positive, so we just times M22. M22, we just get it. That is 1, 1. Okay, and then you can calculate this guy will be okay. Okay, now okay, C22. Now I want you guys to try the C23. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna write down the answer on board. So for the 323 corresponding to here, right? 323 corresponding to this element, that is a negative, right? Negative. So we just write down the negative, right? Write down the negative. And the times, based on definition, M23. M23 is gonna be the things we learned before. That is A11, A12, A31, A32. So we're gonna get A11, A32, A12, A31. Okay, that's a cross product. Now I'm gonna give you guys a specific example. Let you guys try it. Okay. Find try this one. I get the warning from the weather.
Yeah, I got that yesterday too.
A lot of warning. Does the hurricane gonna come to our central Louisiana? I don't think so, right? They just go
Still indeterminate.
indeterminate. Okay, that's good. Did you finish it or not?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So let's take a look. The first thing, so we try to, oh, I didn't give you guys the matrix. Sorry. You guys need to have the matrix.
Use the last one.
Oh, you used the last one. Okay, that's okay. But now I gave you guys a specific one. Could you try that again?
Alright.
Yep. Are you interested in any kind of machine learning, AI? Um,
No, not really.
Probably not. Yes or no? We can do some project during the summer.
About what kind of
Stock.
stock?
Yeah. I think you can learn some stock from it because we can use the machine learning to detect some signal from the stock. Say when you buy the stock, so you can see as the stock gonna goes up or goes down. Okay, that's pretty useful.
Yeah.
Maybe one day you can go to Wall Street to work in a big
I
company.
think my uncle buys the stock.
Okay, great. So you can help him, give him a good advice. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna write down the answer on board. So for the M11, gonna be this guy, right? So cross out these two low and current, and we're gonna get -1, 2, 0, 1, and the cross product, and this guy gonna give you -1. And for M12, that's gonna be what? M12 gonna be this guy. So cross out the row and the column M12. So we're gonna be 3, 4, 2, 1. Right? And the 3 times 1 minus 2 times 4, -5. And the last one, M13. 13 should be this guy. So 3, -1, 4, 0. 3 times 0 minus -1 times 4 will be 4. We get these 3. Now for the C11, how to calculate the C11? Put the sign on the top. Okay, for the C11 is the first guy, is a positive times M11, and the M11 is -1. Right? And the C12 is a negative times M12. M12 is a -5. It's a -5, right? And C13 is positive. And 13 is 4. 1 times 4 is 4, right? That's it. That's it. Now, so how to calculate the determinant of a square matrix 3 by 3? How to calculate it? We're gonna use the property of the cofactors. Okay, cofactors. C11, C12, C13. Let's take a look at the definition. Definition of the determinant of a square matrix. Determinant A and J AI A1J C1J, and we can write down as A11 times C11, A12 C12, blah blah blah, A1N times C1N. Okay, we use this method to calculate these determinant. Or you can use this way. You expect. Later I'm going to introduce another way. So let's take a look at the example. Calculate or find the determinant for A equals 0, 1, 2, 3, -1, 2, 4, 0, 1. Okay, how to find the determinant of A of this matrix? Okay, now let's follow the definition. So definition is about A11, A12 until A1N. Okay, so that means we're gonna expand the matrix according to the first row. Okay, so A11, A12, blah, 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 A1n. Here's A11, A12, A13, right? So I write down the A11 is 0 times C11. Okay, C11. So we need to write down the sign on the top. Okay, write down the sign on the top. So for the C11, we know the sign is what? Is positive. And so we know we just need to positive. So we don't need to put 1 times M11, right? So for the M11 is what? Is cross out first row, the first column. We have -1, 2, 0, 1. Okay. So follow the formula. A11 is 0. The C11 cross out this first row, first column. We're gonna get -1, 2, 0, 1 because here's a positive. Okay, positive. So just 1 times the minus. 1 times this minus. Okay, so it should be itself. Now let's take a look. The A12. A12 is what? Is 2. Right? A12 is 2, right? And the times C12. Be careful. C12 is what? It's a negative. Put a negative here. Okay? And then cross out the low second column. We have 3, 2, 4, 1. Or delete this first row, second column. Okay? And now, A13 is 1. And the sign is a positive, right? Positive, we don't need to change the sign. And cross out the first row, the last column. We're going to get 3, -1, 4, 0. Okay? 4, 0. Now you can write down the the answer. So now it's a 2 by 2, right? Cross product. If anything times 0 gonna be a 0, you don't need to care about the second one. -1 times 2 is -2, and the cross product. Okay. 3, 8 plus 0, 1 times 0 plus 4. Okay. And then -5, 10, 4 is 14. Okay. Now, if I want, that's the first method. Okay, if I expand the A according to the first row, right? According to the first row, right? I gave you guys an example. Later, you guys try it. Okay, so find the B. Find the B. Determinant B for B equals this one. Right. Just follow the steps we learned from the last example, okay? If you do the expansion, follow the first row. the first row and find the C11, right? The second element or entries is 2, and the C11 is negative, put a negative here, and the minus, right? And the third row is 1 times the C13, that is positive. Positive, we don't need to put the 1 here. And cross out, we're gonna get this one, right? Just follow the steps. Okay, so I'm gonna write down the answer on board. If we follow the rule, right, B, so we always write down the sign on the top because here's a positive and negative. Alternate the sign, okay? So for the first row, 2, because it's a positive, we just write down the minor, right? Minor. So positive 1 times is minor, cross out, negative 1, 0, 3. And 3 times the negative 1 minor is 0, 2, 0, 3. Right? And the last one is negative 1 because it's positive times 1 itself, right? So it should be 0, 1, 0, 0. Right? So that's the first step. We expand the B according to the first row. Okay. So we have what? 2, negative 1 times 3, 0 times 2. Here's a negative 3. 0 times 3 minus 0 times 2. Here's a negative 1. 0 times 0, 0 times negative 1. Okay. And here we're gonna get what? Here's a negative 3 minus 0 is negative 3, negative 6. Here's 0 times 3, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. So the determinant of B should be in -6. Okay, guys. Here I always do the determinant according to the first row. However, you can do the determinant according to the second column, okay, or the first column. For example, here. For example, here, the same example. I still give you the A. Let me write down the A again. I still write down. Now we can calculate if we expand the A according to the first column. Okay, first column. So the first A11 is 0 and it's positive. So we just write down the minor, okay? And the second one is 3 times the negative, and the cross out, we're gonna get 1, 2, 0, 1. Okay, and the last one is 4 times positive is 1, and we don't care about the positive one. We cross out, we're gonna get 2, 1, minus 1, 2. Okay, that's expansion according to the first column. Now let's take a look. And then we're gonna get what? 0 times everything is 0. Here's a 2 minus 0 times 1 is 0. So -6. This guy is 4 times plus 1, right? So we're gonna get -6, 20, 14. Okay. We'll get the determinant of A is 14. The same things as we did the determinant for the A through the first row. Okay, so first row is 14. Right, we get the same results. Always is okay. Now I want you guys to do the determinant of A according to second column. Try it by yourself. So expand the A according to the second column. Okay? Try it. I give you guys 1 minute. Okay? Okay, we can do it on board. So if we did the A according to the second column, so we're gonna do the same things. So first A to 1 is 2 times the negative, and then cross out first row, second column, that is 3, 2, 4, 1. Right? And here is negative 1 times the positive, that is positive. So we don't care. And cross out, we're gonna get 0, 1, 4, 1. Cross out. Right? And the third one is 0 times, it's a negative, right? It's a negative. And the cross out, this one is 0, 1, 3, 2. Okay. Then we can simplify it. Negative 2, 3 times 1 minus 4 times 2. Negative 0 times 1 minus 4 times 1. Here's a 0, right? 0 times negative 1 is 0 times the whole thing going to be 0. So negative 2, 3 minus 8. Negative, here's a 0 minus 4. Minus positive. And this guy going to be 3, negative 5, 10. 10 plus 4, 14. You're going to get the same results. Okay, the same results. Okay, let's go back the matrix B, because we know if we do the expansion, follow different columns or different rows, we always get the same result for the determinant, right? We just prove that from the A. Now for the B matrix. The B matrix, I write down here. We can see previously we use the first row. We do the expansion for the first row, right? 2, 3, negative 1. And then we get the determinant negative 6. However, as you can see from this matrix, we have 2 zeros here. If you see the zeros, you should be very happy, because if you do the expansion, follow the row or column has the most zeros, will give you the easy calculation. Let's take a look. So if I wanted to expand the B based on the first column, let's take a look. We're still going to do the positive, negative, positive. Now we're going to do the expansion, follow the first row. You will see what? Positive 2 times 1, right? And 0 times negative 1. Cross out, 3, negative 1, 0, 3. And here's a 0, 2 again. It's a positive, so we don't care. We're going to get 3, negative 1, negative 1, 2. Right? And then as you can see, the first one is negative 1 times 3, 0 times 2. And the last two are going to be 0 times the whole thing, 0 times the whole thing is 0, 0. It's so easy. Did you see it? It's so easy. So if you expand a column or row has the most zeros, that will simplify your calculation. Okay, that's the strategy. Okay, and this guy will give you negative 3, negative 2, negative 5, negative 10. Oh, sorry. So negative 3 times negative 2, negative 6. You're gonna get negative 6. Very straightforward. For the previous way, if you will expand following the first row, you're gonna calculate the whole things, right? However, if you expand based on the first column, you just need to calculate the first one because 0 times everything gonna be 0. Okay, so now I want you guys expand the B based on the last row because the last row also has 2 zeros. Right? Try it. Did you get the same result? -6. Right, let me do it on board. So if we are calling the B, follow the last row. There should be a positive, negative, positive. So we have what? 0 times 3, -1, 1, 2, plus 0 times -1, because here's a negative. We have 2, 0, -1, 2. And the last term is 3 times positive. Gonna be 2, 3, -0, 1. Okay, so the first two are gonna give you 0, right? 0, 0, 0. And the last one will be 3, 2 times -1 minus 0 times 3. So 3 times -2 gonna be -6. That's it. Okay, I'm gonna wrap it up class here. Thank you for coming. Have a nice day. Okay. Okay, so today we just finished the determinant of 3 by 3. In the next class, we're gonna address 4 by 4 or 5 by 5. Okay.
Okay.